Hey, it's Matt Brown here from the band Dead Parade in Matt Brown's guitar studio in Chicago. So I'm going to teach you the Dinosaur Jr. hit Feel the Pain in this one. So one of my favorite Dinosaur songs and has some really neat guitar stuff in it, so I thought I'd teach it to you. So this one we're in standard tuning, and for every part except for the solos, we're going to be playing with the capo at the 3rd fret. So this guitar part took me a while to figure out since it's kind of weird and a bizarre use of the capo. So essentially what we're doing for the main riff is we're just playing like a C arpeggio. So you've got the root note, 3rd fret of the 5th string held down by the capo. My ring finger is going to do 14 of the string below and then 12 of the 3rd string. And we're just going to do this repeating arpeggio. So it's just playing 5, 4, 3, repeating that a few times. The last time before we go to the next part, we are going to come back and hit that 5th string again. So all together. Alright, and then the end of the riff is we're just hammering away on the 13th fret with our middle finger with some 8th notes. So all together we get. Alright, so that's it for that riff. Let's move on and check out the next riff that we're going to see about an increase from about 130, 132 to about 152 as far as the tempo goes for the next section. So this section outlines the same chord progression, just faster. We have a C chord going to an F chord. And what we're doing to sort of outline these chords is we're doing sort of like a sus2 to a regular major chord sound. So real slowly what we're doing is we're playing that 5th string as the root note for the C that's held down by the capo. So we have. So we're just using the 12th and 14th fret of our D string to do the melody. So it's a little hammer on in there. So next we're going into the F chord, and before we go into it though, we're going to hit the C note, which is your 3rd fret of the 5th string, held down by the capo, and then we're going to do this. So this is kind of like a classic blues country idea. We're holding down the 12th fret with the 1st finger, 13th fret with the 2nd finger, and going. So that's, you know, you're holding those down and then kind of toggling over to the 14th fret. And then the last element is, while holding those 2 notes down still, is you're going to move the pinky over to the 4th string. And so that's grabbing the 15th fret of your 4th string. So we'll put the whole thing together now slowly. The second time around, the ending to the riff's a little bit different. You have 2 unison bends. So that's your 12th and 15th frets there. So, you know, bending your 2nd string up a full step there. So I'll do, you know, the full thing slowly now. Alright, let's check out the bridge section of this one next. Alright, so there it is. both guitars are doing the same thing with the exception of the last two chords. The guitar playing left is doing just the root notes, the low root notes of both of those chords. So let's go back and talk about all the chords that are being played here. So I'm going to refer to these chords and the frets like there is no capo being used. So for example, this is a D minor chord that we're going to be playing first at the 5th, 7th, 6th frets, so not at the 3rd fret or whatever. Okay, so like I said, D minor chord for the first one, 5, 7, 7, 6, 5, your bar chord. The strumming rhythm we're doing throughout is this type deal. So that's the first chord. Next chord we're going to it's a G chord, but we're going to hold it like in our E shape. This one we're going to embellish with the G sus4 or like the E sus4 shape like this. So that pinky finger's just coming down. Alright, next chord is an E minor chord. This is 7, 9, 9, 8, 7. Same shape we had before. Then what we're going to do is a C to an A minor. So the C chord is just held like your A shape, however you like to do your A chord. So the rhythm's a little bit different here. We're going to fill in that second measure mainly with 8th notes. Alright, so next what we have, we're going to go back to the G and G sus4 thing. To E minor. G and G sus4, and then the C to A minor thing. What I mentioned before, what you get with the other guitar pan left is, and it's kind of downstroked like that. Alright, so there's some lead fills during the last bridge section leading into the solo. I'm not going to go over those, they're really sparse, so I did tab them. If you want to see them, just let me know. The bridge is played twice as long the second time around that it's played, so just repeat those 16 bars twice, and then we're into the solo, so I'll play that for you next. Alright, I'll do this at about 3/4 speed and then break down the scales that are being used. Alright, so all of the scales that are being used in this, it's just diatonic to C major all over the place. So I think what really makes his solos effective is they're very vocal-like, and they have a very nice melody to them, and they're almost very singable, and he plays off of the chord tones very nicely. Highlighting some interesting things like playing off of the 7th over a C chord, that kind of thing. I had to give it a little bite. Very good solo. That's all I'm going to say about it. Alright, so Matt Brown from the band Dead Parade and Matt Brown's Guitar Studio. If you'd like my transcription of this song, please email me. Email address is right there on the screen. Give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. All that good stuff. I'll see you guys around. Thanks a lot for watching.